doing great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 602 of the Immigration Answer Show. How's everybody doing? How are things going in your neck of the woods? Hope you are having a good week. Today is Wednesday, the 15th of May. May is halfway over. It's hard to believe how fast this month has gone by. I think I'm literally traveling all 4 weeks in May. It's pretty crazy. I'll be headed to Nashville, Tennessee on Friday. So what's going on with all you guys? How are you doing? It's good to see everybody here. The waiting room is already filling up. All in is here, I suppose, from Texas. Hope is here. Parita wants to know how to talk to me. You can get on the live. The link is in the notes. Roy is here for class. Hello. We have JC in the house from ND. Hello, J Cruz. Old Creaky Bones is with us. Hina is here. EOB's here. The motherland is here. All the way from now. The motherland could be lots of different places. When I took Russian, we called Russia the motherland, the Rodina. James is in Jamaica. Big ups to James. Nurse Laura is here. Tyrone is here. Tamam is here. Patricia Mugo and Kofi is watching. Kofi's back in Atlanta. How about that? D is here. H&M. Hello, H&M. How you been? Glenn S is here from Texas. Got a big up from Benji. Sam is here. Josephine says hello. Good evening from Nigeria. We got St. Kitts in the house. London here. We have Reveals Navarrete saying blessed. Aren't we all? Hello, Jim, watching from New Jersey. Christine says blessings to all. Saya is here. Our good friend Saya. Hope a little late on the draw. Usually Hope's up at the top of my list. Hot boy no pimple is here. Tarek says hello. Hope is checking in again. Christine Bennett is here. Ronald is here. Sega's 60s here. Farah, Gregory, Pella, everybody. We got Sega 60s in Atlanta. Rich, big ups to the Rich, as always. And we got Christine in Washington, D.C. Hoolie's here with me on the boards. I'll be here, like I said, for the next hour trying to answer your immigration law-related questions. Let's go ahead and get started. Avelino was in the waiting room before the show started. Hello. Avelino, are you there? Oh, Hina's here. Hi, Hina. All right, Avelino checked out. Let's see here. USA, are you driving or are you parked? Parked. All right. USA, what's up?
How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Thank you for picking me. Actually, I have a question. So, after a year of submitting I submitted my I-130 on 10 February 2023, and then a year and 2 months later, on the 24th of April, I think, I did receive my work permit, just like after a year and 2 months. And months ago, and then submitted it to the USCIS, and so far, like, there is no answer. What do you think? Like, just want to know your opinion about my case.
Marriage-based case?
Yes.
Were you in status at the time you got married?
I was having pending status. I was changing from a G1 to an F1.
So on your J1, were you subject to Rule 212E? Do you have to go home for 2 years or no?
No.
And what's the receipt date on the I-130 and the 45?
10 February 2023.
Okay. Yeah, that was screwing me up because you said 10 February. So in my mind, when I heard 10, I was thinking October. Okay, so February 10th, 2023. What if you had a green card interview? Where would it be?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
And if I were to ask you on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 is we sent in the bare minimum, 10 is we sent in everything we got, a shitload, which would you say? 1 to 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much did you send?
I mean, it's my lawyer who did take care of it.
Okay, that's a loaded answer. So that wasn't my question. So this is a good example of everybody. If you go to an interview at USCIS and the officer asks you a question, you answer the questions asked. You don't say something else. So I asked you on a scale of 1 to 10, how much evidence did you submit? And you, instead of answering me, you threw your lawyer under the bus.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we did submit like good evidence.
Okay.
Like bills, and everything, a bank account together, lease. We had a paper like of examples, and we did follow it.
Have either of you been married before?
No.
Is there an age gap?
No. My wife, she's 28. I'm 24.
Yeah, that's fine. And how long did you know each other before you got married?
7 months.
And how long was your change of status from J1 to F1 pending?
It took a year. So I came and I had a J1 visa for work and travel just for 3 months. Then after that, before my visa it got expired, I did a change of status to F1 to become a student here. And then during the entire time, the USCIS took and did not change my status. Like I did meet my wife, and after 7 months of dating, we got married.
So, and what country are you from?
Tunisia.
I would say that you weren't out of status, but it's sort of close to being out of status. You're sort of here, sort of not. The F1 never got adjudicated. I can see,
Right.
and I'll say this: the Indianapolis field office is a tough place. They don't mess around there. I've had some tough cases there, so I can think of 3 sort of similar cases where they came at the couple pretty hard. So I think you'll probably have an interview, and I think that's probably why your case hasn't been approved. Did you send in your medical and affidavit of support and everything? Hello? USA's out of here. Are you there? He was at the gas station or something. All right, we'll have to let him go. All right. Be ready when I call on you. Be ready to go. We'll talk about the half-naked man in a little bit. Issa's here. Hello, Issa.
Hey, Jim. How you doing? Hey, I have some questions to see if you can handle these cases. There's like 3 different cases I have for you, and I'm going to send them to the phone number that's they have to do WhatsApp because they're in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
It's 314-685-6254. That's your correct number, correct?
I'll ask. I have no idea, Issa. I'll ask Cooley. Okay. I'll ask Cooley to put it in the comments.
Okay, and then the first one is importing and exporting. They want to get a visa because they want to invest in the United States. You can handle that, correct?
What kind of visa?
Exporting and importing, investors visa.
No, we don't handle investor visas.
Okay, how about the F1 visa? They were here on F1 visa, but what happened is some problems happened in Saudi Arabia. So what they have to do is they have to work here in the United States. But since they're here on an F1, it kind of limits them to work.
Yeah.
And so they need to be able to, they want to be able to work here in the US so they can pay for their college.
That's not how it works.
Yep, that's what I figured. And then there's a gentleman and his dad is caught in Saudi Arabia because I guess they're when they moved to Saudi Arabia from Syria, even though the kid is born in Saudi Arabia, he's not considered Saudi Arabian. Right. But his dad is supposed to pay taxes on each kid, and he didn't have work because they eliminated his job because he's from Syria, and so they won't let him work because he's not Saudi Arabian. And so therefore they all got to go except his dad. His dad's caught in Saudi Arabia until he pays the $60-some thousand.
That sucks.
Yeah. So is there anything you can do there to help them on their visa?
Also something I couldn't help with.
You can't help with none of that?
No.
All right.
Thanks for trying, Issa. Call back next time with some more cases.
I was trying to get you some cases. So.
I appreciate it. Thanks, man. See you, buddy.
All right. Have a good day. All right.
Later. Yeah, bye. Well, he tried, didn't he? Didn't he try? That was really nice. All right. I'm going to specifically call on the people who aren't asking to be called on in the comments. That's what I'm going to do. Don't ask in the comments to be called on. That makes me not want to call on you. All In is here. Hello, All In. That's our buddy. You're on mute.
This thing happened again. I'm sorry.
It's
Okay. We spoke 47 days ago.
40. Is that when we were fighting about Texas?
No, that was not the fight. That was when I went live.
Oh, that was the day after. That was the day after the fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
You wanted to keep fighting.
It's not really a fight, you know. It's just brotherly love sometimes.
All
you know,
good.
in the chat.
It's all good. What's up?
You told me to let you know when I got the green card. The green card arrived
Nice.
May 1st.
So
2 years later.
Can you give us your whole timeline?
The timeline, I don't know if the timeline is gonna give anybody hope, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So we got married March 5th, 2022. And then at the end of the month of March of 2022, we filed for the I-130. And then a month later, the I-130, we filed it online. And then a month later, we did the I-485. And let me see, I had my work permit, a combo card, work permit, travel document in August. Okay, fingerprint was in June 17th. And then in August 11th, I think I got my combo card. It got approved and everything. And February 22nd, 2023, we had our interview. So we had our interview when everybody was getting their interview waived. I think
Where was your interview?
Where? In Houston.
Houston, okay.
Yeah, Houston, Texas. Like the officer tricked us. So she said that I was gonna get my green card in 7 days, and then she gave us 2 months. 2 months after, over 2 months later, she gave us a notice of intent to deny. So we replied to that notice of intent to deny. My wife wanted us to have a lawyer. I said, I can fight this. Let's make it happen. I wanted my answer to be in 1 page. So I touched all the points in 1 page. And then the second page, I did some corrections. And 9 months later, February 29th of this year, they approved the I-130. And a month and a half later, they approved the I-485. So it was quite a timeline. So they sent me, before they approved the I-485, I sent them a letter. I'm like, hey, I'm just making sure that all the 2 applications are linked. We got an approval for the I-130, and we have nothing on the I-485. So let's see, 2 weeks later, they sent me a request for evidence. They wanted all my school records, everything, the way I got here, extension of status, or everything. So I sent it to them. I overnighted it, and then the next day, no card was being produced. That part of the process was fast. And then there's a video that you uploaded talking about address. Address is very important because to this day, my status online says card was mailed. We got the card quick. We got the card in 4 days. I was in Illinois at that time. We got the card. And my wife sent me a picture, and she said we got the card. But to this day, it says that the new card is being mailed, and the case is not closed yet. Yeah. But yeah, this is my timeline since they spent the sweet time on that case. So I got the green card for 10 years. Awesome. I'm okay with getting an interview because the interview was fine. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a timeline. I wanted to thank you. Since 2018, I've been following you. I've been seeing your channel evolve, and you're doing a really good job. I think you're ahead of all those lawyers out there. So keep up the good work. You helped a lot of people. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Congrats. Happy for you. Stay in touch.
Thank you.
Don't be a stranger.
I will.
Yep. That's All In. That is our friend All In from Texas. That is indeed him, Hina. All right. Well, we're happy for him. He's now a 10-year lawful permanent resident. How about that? All right. Oh, our friend Ziad's here. Hi, Ziad.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm great. I have high spirits now. Today is my birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much. So, Jim, I just want to ask you a question. I'm so sorry to take up your time, but so since the last time we talked, my wife talked to me and she said we're gonna work it out. So I give it another chance. But right now, okay, I completely affirm that I have a divorce proceeding going on right now. I told her, like, listen, I give you so many chances because lately there has been physical assault in the process. And my information was used to apply for loans and stuff like that. Okay. So I just, my question is, I'm in the middle of a divorce proceedings right now, but I just want to ask you, number one, if should I send all the evidence I have since the beginning of the marriage, or should I only focus on the evidence I have after the green card? That's number one.
You're talking about filing for an I-751 without your spouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, they don't need the old stuff. I mean, we might send them a little bit of extra old stuff just because you might not have that much new joint stuff. But I wouldn't send them everything from before.
Okay. Regarding that, like, for example, if we used to have like a joint checking account, but like we don't have a joint account anymore, and that happened for financial differences. We don't have that joint checking account, but we have an authorized users for credit cards and life insurance policies. Should I send them these statements from our previous joint checking account, knowing that we no longer have this for a long period?
The thing about what you're trying to do, you're going to have to explain to them why you're sending everything. In a regular marriage-based 751, you just send them the stack of evidence with the cover letter. But I think your case is a little different because you need to walk them through why the stuff you're sending them is so important. So, hey, everybody, we had a joint banking account and it was valid for this amount of time. Here's a couple of sample statements from there just to show you that we used it. And then here's documentation that it was closed. And the reason it was closed is because she was buying a bunch of shit she wasn't supposed to. And we had fights about the financial stuff, right?
Okay. Another question. If we had like, so I have some pretty good joint documentation, insurances, and everything. Like most of them sponsored by my job, but like, and the bills for we have leases as well. But the bills are attached to the lease. The leasing office told me that the since you are the head of the household, only the bills will come under your name. Should I involve that as well, or not? It's the policy of the place. That's it.
So let's say, so you're saying that you had a lease for the property, let's say for all of 2023.
Yes.
The lease is in both your names, but the invoices just come to Zia.
Yes, this is the policy of the place.
So again, that's what you have to explain. So yes, I would do that. I don't know that you should do this without a lawyer yet. I'm not trying to like troll for business, but I don't know that you should do this by yourself.
Okay. All right. So another question. If I have a cover letter and I have already explained that, by the way, but I'm just taking your advice so that I'm on the right track. That's it. So I'm sorry, one last question. We have also like the electricity stuff. At the beginning, when I applied for the electricity, they told me that the policy is just only one. But then when I talked to them later, I requested to talk to a supervisor, and she told me, no, okay, we can add her. So I added her. So right now I have only one or two bills with both our names. Actually, it's under my name, but like down the paper, it shows that both of these people have this same residential address for this service. Should I involve this or not?
Sure.
Okay. And the last question, as I told you, we have opened a joint savings account. It's recent. I only have a letter from the bank and only one statement. Should I involve that or not?
Sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. The last question. So yesterday, like, she emailed me, like, trying to feel regret or something. And she told me happy birthday or something and stuff like that. I said, like, thank you. And she's willing to help by writing a letter so that the marriage was real, because this is the truth. But my reasons that I'm going out of this relationship, I told her, you know why I'm going out right now of this relationship. If you are willing to involve this in the letter because this is the truth, then that's fine. But if you are just like trying to write like, okay, the marriage was real and that's it, I don't think this will be help. So I'm just getting your advice. What should I tell her to write why I ended the relationship? Because she told me she's not willing to tell them that she like did that to me.
So again, I just want to emphasize how much better you seem right now than the 2 times we talked before. So I'm very, very glad about that.
Yeah.
I think you should hire a lawyer for lots of reasons, but the main reason I think you should hire a lawyer is because I think you should not be talking to her. I think you should have somebody else talking to her about her statement. If I were your lawyer, what I would do is I would spend 2 weeks with you getting your statement and then figuring out what can I get from her that she's going to be willing to say that doesn't put a knife in her, but that she can corroborate 60% of what you say in your statement, right? And so then I'm negotiating with her as your lawyer instead of you talking to her.
Okay.
Because you're in such a good mental state right now. I don't want anything messing with that.
Yeah. I'm just no. I have decided that I'm not willing. Like I have a future to care about right now. I am not willing.
You're doing great. I'm so happy for you.
I'm not willing to like jeopardize because actually lately I lost my temper at my workplace and the HR reached out to me trying to check on my mental like my well-being, and that really like okay, that was the end of the point with for me with her. Like no, not anymore. So
well, I'll just say this completely unsolicited. I'm a big believer in therapy. I go to therapy almost every week, so I think that
I told them that like no, I'm fine right now. They are just trying to help, but like when the harm like comes to my job place, no, I feel that no, that's I'm okay, I'm fine. So yeah, okay. So thank you for your
thanks, Diad.
answers.
Keep in touch. See you, buddy.
Yes, see you.
Okay, bye. That's our old friend. Oh, it's good to hear. People were just asking about him the other day. I think he might have even been one of the fact or fiction questions, perhaps. George is here. Hello, George.
Hi, how are you, Jim?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thanks.
What you got for me?
I just wanted to ask a question about, we are recently married. We have filed an I-130.
Okay.
And USCIS had us down for a meeting in a month, and then all of a sudden it changed to 6 months, and now it's gone down to 5 months. I constantly go on the website and gain our progress.
But you know they just make that stuff up, right? Those aren't real dates.
See, I'm a neophyte. I don't know anything about it.
You're doing great. So just to be clear, is your spouse in the United States or overseas?
She's in the United States and she's working. She has her Social Security number. And I put her on my property. We have a joint account. We live together. We're a married couple.
When did she come to the United States?
In 2022.
And how did she come? What kind of a visa? Visit visa?
No, B1, B2.
Yep.
Okay.
And then
she was hosted in Oregon.
Hosted?
And then
what does that mean? Oh, like with family or something?
Yeah, somebody out there hosted her, and then she got a asylum, and she applied for a Social Security card and got her a Social Security card. She doesn't have asylum.
Okay, okay. So what country is she from?
Kenya.
Why does she fear going back to Kenya?
She got a divorce from her husband. Her husband went off the deep end. His whole family was coming after her. She has 3 children that are in Kenya now, and they're with the sister. But she was being persecuted.
Did a lawyer file her asylum case?
No.
Did she file it by herself, or was it with a notario?
That I don't know.
Okay, so that's really important. So now I'm a little worried because you emphasize the fact that she had a Social Security number and a work card, and so that there are these people out there who say, "Hey, if you file this asylum claim, I can get you a work card and a Social Security number." So one big thing that everybody should be thinking about is whether there's anything, and I don't want you to tell me either way, and you might not even know, whether there's anything in her asylum case that is either untrue or exaggerated. Right. So the big focus right now is, this asylum case better not have any holes in it, because if she, quote unquote, filed a frivolous asylum claim or exaggerated, then even though she's, like you said, not on asylum anymore, she still swore under oath that these things were true, and they can use that to keep her from getting her green card based on her marriage to a U.S. citizen.
Oh.
So this is serious. So talk to me about, so you have an I-130 and a 485, right?
No, we haven't filed a 485.
Okay, why
I
is
didn't
that?
know that until I started listening to you.
Yeah, okay. And you're a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Okay, and how long ago did you file the I-130?
February 14th this year.
And do you have a complete copy of her immigration asylum case?
I do not.
Okay, so I think that if I were you, what I would do is I would call our office and say, hey, I'm George. My wife and I want to talk to Jim or one of the other attorneys, because I need to talk her through all this stuff, and we really shouldn't do it on camera anyway. So tell them that I said I want to meet with you. Email the office, say, we can track down that asylum case, and we can, if you want our help with the 45, we can help with that, and then put the whole thing together. Because is she Caucasian, or is she?
No.
Yeah. So in a lot of cities, they look very hard on biracial couples, mixed race couples. There was an officer here who I had a case, a Kenyan lady, a white guy, and the officer here, who was African American, treated them horribly and made my clients' lives miserable. In fact, the client ultimately did not get her green card. Here's another issue. What about the divorce from the man in Kenya? How did that go down?
She has the divorce decree. I have a copy of it.
Was it done in Kenya or in the United States?
It was done in Kenya.
Did she participate, or was it after she came to the United States?
The divorce decree was given to her after she came to the United States, but she participated when she was there.
So that's another red. So I'm hearing a lot of red flags, George, is what I'm hearing. That worries me too, because when the U.S. So she went to the embassy and got a visit visa to the United States, and she told them that she was married, right?
Yes.
And was she already in the process of divorce, or?
I believe so.
Yeah. So that's all really dicey. So if you've been watching the show, these are the things that I sort of jump up and down about a lot. I think you should seriously consider having me talk to her, and I'm going to push her a little bit, and I'll be nice, but I'm going to push her on all these things, because these are all little things that can come back and bite us on the back end when we try to get that green card.
Okay.
Make sense?
Absolutely. And now this is my fourth marriage.
Okay. And then, okay. So that's another little red flag. And then the last one is there an age gap?
I don't understand.
Is there an age gap?
Yes. I'm 67. She's 40.
Yeah, dude. We got a lot of problems. Call me right away.
Okay, Jim.
Thanks, George. See you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
You got it.
Thank you.
What a nice guy. Very nice guy. And at the very least, we want George to totally know exactly, like he said, he's a neophyte and he's been watching the show, and that's great. But like he has to be a hardened immigration warrior. And when I talk about these cases, the cases that I always mention and talk about is it all turns on the U.S. citizen. I can deal with just about anything if they're tough enough to take what's coming, because it's going to be, maybe it's a blessing that the 45 isn't on file right away. Maybe that gives us time to sort of catch up and get all our ducks in a row. But man, they're going to have knives out on this one, I think. I think this is going to, I'm not saying it's not going to get approved, but we have 4 marriages, actually 5 marriages if you count hers, kids overseas, 27-year age gap, an asylum case that sounds like it could have been done just to get a work card. We'll have to nail down what happened with that visit. What was the purpose? How quickly did they start working? Lots of little things to think about. Wow. All right. Well, we are the right team for this. This is in our wheelhouse, and this is a good case for my wife. I'll just say that. This is a good case for Amani. Amani is really good. Amani, I was talking to somebody today. They really need to talk to Amani in Arabic, and man, she's gonna roast them over the coals. And this is a case that you're gonna be fighting over, I think. All right. We're at the 30-minute mark. This is the Immigration Answer Show, episode number 602. I'll be here for the next half hour trying to answer immigration-related questions. I promise a story. And I'll just run this past you all. Let's say that you work at a law firm. Maybe not this law firm. Maybe it's a different law firm. And let's say that it's a overseas visa case. So the U.S. citizen is here in the United States, and the beneficiary is overseas. And the I-130 is taken forever. So the law firm is contacted about a possible lawsuit against USCIS or the State Department, whoever it is, who's ever got the case and has been sitting on it. And the lawyer, or I'm sorry, the paralegal sets a meeting with the beneficiary. She's overseas. And during the call, it's a Google Meet or a Skype or whatever. This half-naked man keeps walking back and forth behind the person, the beneficiary. The people look comfortable with each other. And there's this U.S. citizen in the United States who's sponsoring this case, the petitioner, who's actually talking to you about filing the lawsuit. What do you do? Do you talk to them and ask about what's the deal? I mean, perhaps we had a big discussion. There may have been a discussion about this. He has pants on, like shorts on or underwear, but it's a little curious, don't you think? It's not the half naked part. It's everyone felt comfortable. I don't know. I mean, this particular person also had a little bit of a strange thing because they were trying to add some kid who hadn't been adopted, and we weren't even sure if it was a real kid. Very, very strange. Very, very strange. So, you see all kinds of things at USCIS, or when you deal with USCIS, when you deal with immigration. And, on this show, we have had lots of people on the show without their shirts on. That's always a good laugh. All right. Let's go. Is Yusuf here? I don't know. There's something weird on you. I don't know what that is. Yusuf, are you here? I'm going to clear you out if you're not, so we can open up some space.
Yes, I'm there.
Oh, hi, George. Or hi, Yusuf. Go ahead.
Yeah, my question is it I've filed from I-140, so is it, but I didn't include my already born child. So my question is it still possible to add the child and my partner if I get approved on I-142, I-485? Is it possible that way? That's the first question. So the second
hold on.
is
Let's talk about the I-140. Is this a national interest waiver I-140?
Yes, national interest waiver. Yeah.
And did you file with a lawyer or not?
No. It's self-petition.
And what? How far? Like, do you have a PhD? Are you working in industry? How far in school?
I currently work in industry, so I filed it based on that.
And
what
is
in my discipline?
What is the discipline?
That's microbiology.
Okay.
So it's under biotechnology. Yeah.
So the question is, we filed the I-140, but we haven't yet filed the 45s, or we did file the 45s?
No, I haven't filed the I-145 yet because I've not gotten feedback on I-140, the one I filed.
So, okay. And so if and when the I-140 is approved, you would just do a 45 for each person you want to get a green card.
Yeah. So my question is, but I didn't include the child and my partner yet. So is it still possible to add to my I-1485, even though I didn't include them on my I-140?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's good. You've answered the first question. So the second question is, I currently stay in United Kingdom. So my spouse and my kid, they stay in Nigeria. So the second question.
Hold on.
Okay.
So you're not even in the United States?
No, not yet.
So you'll never file a 45. A 45 is for people who are inside the United States. If the I-140 is approved, then you'll do DS-260s for you and your family. But I mean, I'm pretty suspicious of national interest waiver EB-2 green card applications, but I'm especially down on them when the beneficiary is overseas. So I think the chances of your I-140 getting approved are low just because you're not in the United States. Have you ever been here?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you filed it, but if you'd asked me beforehand, I would have probably told you the chances of success are pretty low. But you'll never do 485s. That you'll consular process. 485s are for people who are inside the United States with an approved immigrant visa petition, an I-130 and I-140.
Okay. So suppose for just example, let's say I get approved for
Yeah,
the I-140.
yeah.
So I'll file the DS-260, right? So yeah,
Assuming the priority date is current, yes.
yeah. So if my family, that's my partner and my kid.
Well, you keep
Since
saying
I
partner. You keep saying partner. Are you married or no?
no, I'm not married. That's why I say partner.
Okay, so
So they are
partners can't come through you. Only
but
spouses.
yeah, I understand. I hope to get married to her
Okay.
before I come to United States. So
Okay.
let's say I get called for the interview. So is it going to can we have the the interview separately, like they should have one in Nigeria and I
Oh,
have
yeah,
mine.
you can, but that's gonna be a carnival. I mean, that's gonna be really hard to pull off.
Okay. Or they should come and join me in United Kingdom and we have it together. Is that one good?
If they can. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Yusuf.
Yeah, you've answered my question.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. That was Yusuf. You know, we always have to take the Yusufs because that's my son's name. How about that? E is here. Hello, E. Are you there?
Hey Jim, how you doing?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing great. Yeah, sorry, I just have 2 or 3 questions. I wanted to find out what is the first thing one would do when they get the social that says valid for employment only?
Valid only with DHS work authorization?
Yeah, what's the first thing they can do with it? They get it
Well, how did they get it?
through marriage base.
Did they get their work cards?
The word card is actually on its way right now as we speak.
So there's not much to do with the Social Security card, but once the work card comes, that's their work authorization. So those two things would allow them to work in the United States: the Social Security card and the EAD.
So the first thing, can they open up a bank account with the social?
Yeah, I think you can open a bank account. I mean, you got to have ID and stuff. It depends on the bank. Some banks are real hard asses about that. It's just going to depend on the bank.
Oh, okay. Well, that was it.
Bye, E. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right. AA is back. Hello, AA.
Hello, can you hear me?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. What's up?
Thanks for accepting my call. I
Sure.
called also yesterday, but I had a problem with my mic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I have a question. So I'm a green card holder, and I got married like in January of this year. And my spouse, she's on F1. She came here as an F1, and she still has like 1 year of study and like 4 years or 3 years, I think, the visa. So we haven't applied the I-130 yet. So I have a question. So she can travel like for the summer vacation to visit her parents.
Is her visa stamped current or is it expired?
No,
for
it's
her?
current. She just got the F1 like last year, so it's good for like 5 years. And she's doing master in public health. She finished 2 semesters. She still has 2 semesters, and she already took the summer classes, but is online, so she can like take anywhere. So if she go back and come back, will she have any like a problem in coming back?
She could. Yeah, she could. She's married to a green card holder now. What's the date of your marriage?
We got married in January 20th of this year.
And now it's May?
Yes.
Why have you not filed the I-130?
Actually, I was busy, and also we don't have any document. I mean, the joint documents yet. We have lease. We have she's under my phone, and we have like a lot of photos. Actually, I mean, we have actually sufficient document, but I mean, and also I see that the visa bulletin is not moving fast, so that's why maybe
that the visa bulletin not moving fast is why you should have filed in January. You just wasted 5 months.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, you can say it's my mistake, but yeah, I'm gonna I'm planning by start up next month, like in June.
Well,
Uh,
when do you think she's going to travel?
she's going for the Eid, like this coming year, like in June, June 10th.
Well, since you've waited this long, you might as well wait till she gets back to file.
All right, all right.
You wait.
That's
I
not my
mean,
question. Yeah.
yeah, but you need to get that. Yeah, you need to get that priority date on the I-130, so because the clock is ticking. So she might run out of time on her F1, and that might cost you a lot of money. You might have to keep her in school or something. Because
Yeah, yeah, I know.
how long have you had your green card?
I had actually in 2022. I based on I 360, so I will be eligible next May, like
Okay.
exact 1 year after.
Yeah, so it's probably going to be when you become a citizen that she gets her green card. But either way, get the I-130 on file
Yeah,
as soon as she gets back.
So she can travel like
No, I'm not going to tell her to travel. I'm not saying that. You wanted me to say that it's safe for her to travel. If I'm in charge, she's not traveling. But if you're going to travel, there's a 3% chance that they say, hey, you're married to a green card holder and your studies are ending. We're not going to let you in. I don't think that's going to happen. What country is she from?
She's from Pakistan.
Yeah, so they give people a hard time. I mean, if you want 100% guarantee to do the safest thing possible, she shouldn't leave. If she wants to take the risk, there's a risk. It's a small risk.
All right, sounds good. All right, thank you so much, Jim, for
Hey, see you, buddy.
All right, bye.
All right. Wait, what's Rich up to? Oh, Rich is helping out. Thanks, Rich. All right. Larry's here. Hello, Larry.
Hey, Jim. I'm well, sir. Thank you. Honored to be on episode 602. Just a real quick question. So we have our USCIS account. So we go on there periodically and check the status. It says on the USCIS website that if they need anything from me or my situation, they'll let me know. But they're also giving me an option to upload documents, if I have them.
This is a marriage-based green card case?
I'm sorry?
A marriage-based green card case?
Yes, sir. So I did the I-130. My wife in Angola did the I-130A, and right now we're just waiting. Like I said, we checked the USCIS website, but I know these situations are sensitive. So should I wait for them to ask for stuff, or should I just go ahead and take the initiative and upload stuff to the website?
I would say these days, my advice is to go ahead and upload it.
Just go ahead and upload.
Yeah.
And I can upload anything I want, pictures, documents.
Well, pictures are tricky. I would put them on a Google Doc so that they're, and explain what they are. But yeah, you can upload pretty much anything.
Okay. And so what I know I've been hearing that when they do your interviews and your things like this, and they're looking into your case, they might look at your social media. Is it wise to have different immigration lawyers that you're following? Is it okay for them to see that type of stuff? Or
as long as it's not me, you won't get in trouble. As long as it's not me, you won't get in trouble. No, they don't look for that stuff. They just look to see if you're catting around with somebody else. That's all they really care about. Okay.
All right, Jim. Thank you, man. Yeah, you really you helped me out, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. See you, buddy. All right. I liked Larry. I liked the way he handled himself. Tim is here. Hello, Tim. Are you there?
Hi, Jim. How are you doing?
Great. How are you, Tim?
I'm all right. Thank you very much for picking me up. I have quick question. I applied for I-75, I-751.
Yeah.
Like exactly 320 days ago.
Okay, so that means it's time to file for N-400.
The question is, because I asked two different lawyers, and one lady, she say you can apply now 90 days before is okay. You can apply for N-400, and the other lawyer say no, you have to wait until 1 year. And I told them, you know what? I'm gonna call Jim. He is the best.
Well, I mean, you're only 10 days away from a year, right?
No, actually more than 306 days, and I don't want to wait more.
So here, let's just do it this way. Yeah. What's the start date on your green card?
Okay, one second. And start date in my green card, the conditional one is 7/22/21.
Okay, great. And when did you file for your 751?
July 6, 2023.
Okay. So you can apply for citizenship right now. So you can you could have applied for citizenship as of I mean, everything's cool with the marriage.
Perfect.
Yeah. So you could have applied April 23rd or so of 24. So I would go ahead and, if everything's good, go ahead and file.
So, okay, I can go ahead and apply tomorrow, no problem, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, and the question is, if you guys, if I want you to apply for me, how much will cost me the L400?
Have we ever handled something for you before?
No.
So 4,000. No. Hold on. I think it's 3,000. Yeah, 3,000.
3,000.
Yep.
Okay. What document I have to send, or if I want to apply?
Well, like, you mean if we're helping?
If you helping, or because I'm gonna see my wife, if we're gonna do it through your office,
Yeah.
also do it by myself. Just I want to know the document I have to apply if I want to do it online.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's your green card, proof of good moral character, any tickets you've gotten that they've been resolved, documentation of trips, that kind of stuff.
That's it. So I don't need to send again bills and photo and text and all this stuff I sent for I-75 one.
It's a lot less. Yeah. I mean, you do still have to technically prove up the marriage again. Like, I would bring your spouse to the N400 interview if you get it, but probably what's going to happen is the N400 and the 751 are going to have an interview together, probably.
Yeah, I know. That's what they told me.
Yeah.
So I sent all the document. We have everything perfect, but for M400, just I want, because they told me you have to send the green card, the marriage certificate, and I don't want to send because I have bunch of documents. I don't know. I don't need to send them all online. Yeah, correct.
Yep. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for picking me up.
Bye,
Have
buddy.
a good day.
Yeah. See ya. All right. See, now Christina has good advice based on for that other caller. I'm from the Bahamas, and they stopped me because my I-130 came to an end. I-20. My I-20 came to an end. I already finished school, had an approved I-130, so it's best to stay put. Yes, I agree. Generally, best to stay put. Avelino is back. Hello, Avelino.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm Avelino's daughter, and the question that I have, he lost his green card 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But his green card is not expired. He has 6 more years, but he was unable to find it. And then he did a police report.
Good.
Last Saturday, he applied for the N400 and submit a copy of his green card in the police report.
Good.
But now we're getting really worried because we don't know if we need to do the I-90 to report it or get a replacement or just wait for the N400 process to get done.
Great question. Nobody needs to be worried. Everything's fine. You don't need to do the I-90 unless he needs to travel. That's the only reason. The N400 is probably going to go pretty quickly. So he can naturalize with a lost green card. They'll make him sign an affidavit that says he lost it because they want to make sure he didn't sell it to somebody. But it should be fine.
Okay, and when he signs the affidavits in the interview?
Yeah, they'll print out. It's a form they'll print it out for him. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now for him, it's just wait at least if he wants to travel, do the I-90. But if he doesn't need to, just wait.
That's right.
Okay, and it's not a problem that he doesn't have the green card.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay, see ya.
See ya.
Bye-bye. All right. I love making people feel better and happier. That's always a good feeling. All right. Complex immigration. Hello.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. It's my fourth day to get picked up by you, so I really appreciate the opportunity. I do have three questions I wanted to ask you real quick. So it's about a friend, and it was discussed long before, so I will just give you a very short overview of the situation. So She was in the pending asylum status in the state of Texas, and she was arrested on the accusation of misdemeanor Class B fleeing police officer, and she was trying to get a pretrial diversion, but pretrial diversion is a conviction under the immigration law. She got the pretrial diversion, which says that I take the responsibility and the accusation is on the top. So her attorney is now trying to drop this charge from misdemeanor Class B to misdemeanor Class C, which is a minor traffic violation. In the state of Texas, speeding or any sort of traffic violation is considered a misdemeanor Class C. Now, given that context in mind, if she does the deferred adjudication for misdemeanor Class C traffic violation, is it going to impact her eligibility to get asylum?
So asylum is discretionary, right? An asylum, the officer, nobody has the right to asylum. The officer can sort of weigh the pros and cons, and if they have a really, really strong asylum case and a small criminal thing, that's one thing. If they have a decent asylum case and a serious criminal thing, that's a different thing, right? So I mean, one thing it'll turn is how strong is her asylum case, but the other one is generally it's really sort of strange. I'm often surprised at USCIS. So like here, like for your friend, they've pleaded guilty to something, right? Like they've already admitted it in open court. Now, if the lawyer undoes the conviction and gets the charge amended down to the Class C misdemeanor, that's obviously a good thing. That's helpful. It's not a bad approach. I've always wondered though why USCIS doesn't say, "Well, here you admitted all this shit when you pled guilty to the B misdemeanor," right? Now, they don't really do that often, but I always thought that would be like an evil thing for them to do. I don't think it's fair, but I think it's something that they could do, but they don't seem to do, right? So that's always surprised me. The other thing that you have to keep in mind is, regardless of whether it's B or C, these days USCIS almost always asks for the arrest report. So was it? I didn't really hear what you said. Was it like hitting an officer, or what was it?
No, it was fleeing, FLEEING. So fleeing a police officer. There was no resistance, no drug involved. So she was just confused. She could not stop on time. And that is why she was just arrested because she ignored the police officer. That
sounds like Texas. What country is she from?
She is from the country of Pakistan.
Okay. Yeah, in the scheme of things, I mean, if they can get the charge knocked down, that's good. If it's just simple resisting and not like assaulting, I think that
resistance.
I think the asylum officer is not going to be too worried about it either way.
Okay, sir. The second question I think you somehow answered is that is the USCIS still going to say, okay, although you did not pleaded guilty for the Class B, but you did deferred adjudication for the traffic violation, driving without turning head and tail light off. Okay, I'm gonna still consider the Class B as your primary accusation, and you confess your guiltiness for that. Is there any chance for that?
They can, but what I'm trying to say is, I think even if the conviction under B stands, I don't think they're gonna use that to deny her asylum.
Does it sound like a CIMT to you, sir? Crime involving moral turpitude?
It could be. I'd have to look at the statute. Yeah, it could be.
Okay. The last thing before I go is that she may try to adjust her status, although the chance is very marginal, to EB2 and or EB3. Her passport from her home country is expired, and she is in the pending asylum status, and the passport is required. If she tries to renew her passport in order to fulfill that EB2 requirement, is her asylum is going to be in problem, or what is your suggestion in this scenario?
When did she enter the United States?
She entered in 2019.
What kind of a visa?
It was a J1 visa. She does not have any illegal days, so she applied for asylum before that visa expired.
While she was still in status.
Sorry?
While she was still in status.
Yes, yes. While she was still in status, she was applied for that, and she got the receipt, and everything is fine. She doesn't have any illegal stay or equivalent like that.
And this is an NIW EB2 or somebody sponsoring her?
Somebody will try to sponsor her for the unexperienced one. Yeah.
I mean, I think the chances of that are pretty small. She can try to pull it off, but it's going to be really hard to get USCIS to pay attention to that. I think that that's probably a waste of time. Might work, but very slow chance.
Yeah. The question was that, sir, if she tries to renew her visa from her home embassy
Yeah,
over
that
here
wouldn't
in the
help.
United States,
That doesn't help. No.
that doesn't help in what context?
That's availing herself of the privileges of being a Pakistani citizen. So no, that doesn't help. And listen, her passport is the least of her concerns. If she's able to pull off an EB2 green card or EB2 green card based on that the asylum carries her over, like I think the chances of this actually working are extremely small. If they do, the fact that she doesn't have a passport is the least of her concerns.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Okay, bye. All right. We got time for one or two more. Mahmoud, hello.
Hi, sir. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Thank you for having me. I have one question. Recently, I won a DV lottery on May 4, and I am here in the United States, and I played this lottery in my home country with my wife, and I have a pending cases here on USCIS, which is I-485, and I-360, and I-131, and I-765. And I'm very confused what I'm going to do. Can I get green card via the DV lottery? I thought it's going to be a little faster.
When did you enter the United States?
First, I came here as a J1 student in 2017, and after that, on 2019, I married here, but I didn't file anything, and I leave it after like 2019 on November. I filed it for I-360, and
Inside
I got
inside
the United States, and I got divorced on 2021. Final divorce decree I got 2021 on October, and after that, after a couple months, I went to my country and I'm married.
Why in the hell would you do that? That was really stupid.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. You didn't know that you were trying to prove that your marriage was valid to the prior person, and you went ahead and married someone else back home. That was really dumb.
Yeah. Right now, I'm very confused, and I'm trying to solve this problem. And
so your I-360 is still pending? Yeah,
I have 37 months already. It's still pending. Recently, I got a RFE on.
For what?
3 months ago for I-360, I got our RFE. I sent them 360.
What did they ask for?
Like a couple questions, like lease, joint account, something like that.
And did you have it?
Yeah, I had all of them, and I sent them back.
Okay. So then to make things worse, then you apply for the diversity visa and you list this other spouse. Oh, my God. Okay, what's the question for me?
The question is there any chance that I fed up already waiting too many months for that I-360, I'm like, I want to give up that I-360, and if it's chance that I can apply for the DV here, is it possible or not?
Do you have a high number or a low number?
It's 12,000.
And it's Asia?
Yeah.
I would say that this is something that's so important and so big that it would be really dumb of me and you to make any kind of decision as to what you can do based on this phone conversation, because this is your whole life, right? So I think you need to have a lawyer track down your entire immigration file, see if you are still in status for purposes of adjustment through the diversity visa. It's janky as hell. USCIS is not going to like this. At the end of the day, I'll tell you, even without doing any research, the chances of this working are very small. It might work, but they're really going to hate you and your case.
Can you handle it?
Yeah, maybe.
How can I contact, like?
Yep. Email the office, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Say, my name's Mahmoud. I was the last caller on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a big old mess. Thanks, Mahmoud.
Thank you so much.
All right. So we have a winner of the fact or fiction from Monday. Juli, are you prepared to discuss this? Are you prepared? Are you prepared to go over the answers as well?
Oh, okay. I wasn't prepared for that, but I have it here.
Okay, good.
Hina helped me with the question. It was pretty tight.
Okay, so hold on. So I paid attention to like the first 2 or 3. So why don't you say the statement, fact or fiction, then let me guess, and then we'll see how I do versus the winner.
Well, you remember the first one?
Remember the first one. The first one's fact, because that was when I lost my shit on Shabazz.
No. It was the best show. I think everyone will agree on this.
It was the best show. Okay, so that was number 1. So I got
Number
one right.
1.
Okay, what's the next one?
Okay. The other one caller asked if she should document her 9 foreign speeding tickets on the I-485.
I'll say that's fiction.
No, that's true. It was on episode 364.
Okay.
So now, number 3 is one caller was successful in suing the DHS after being mistreated in a ICE detention facility, gaining his release from detention and release for 99 other detained people.
That's Benson. That's true. That's a fact.
Perfect. A caller asked if it will be a problem on his N400 if he didn't tell USCIS about his 5 kids overseas.
That sounds like fact.
It's false.
But I bet you $10 some fool asked me that, but I'll go along. So I'm 2 for 2. I'm all right. Number 5.
Number 5. A caller discussed getting 2 women pregnant at the same time. One of whom
that just happened. That was like a week ago. That's a fact.
No, like a month ago it was.
Yeah.
Okay. A caller asked Jim about applying for BAWA when he didn't have a valid claim for it.
That just happened last week. That we know that guy. He's called here many times, so that's a fact.
And actually, they put many episodes.
Yeah, he's called many times. Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm 4 and 2. Okay. All right.
Okay. Then we have number 7. A caller who remained off camera asked Jim if robbing a bank in his home country but never being caught will pose a problem for immigration.
That's got to be fiction.
Fiction.
All right.
8. A caller opened his green card live on the show for the first time.
Oh, that's true. That just happened. That's fact.
I was gonna say what happened there. For me, it was like the best show ever because it was the first time in all 600 episodes that this happened, and I was shaking as well as he was. So
that was great.
It's exciting. Number 9, a caller report that an immigration judge granted him permanent residence, but the USCIS insisted that they didn't know where his I-485 went and refused to issue the green card for a year.
Oh, well, that sounds like a fact to me.
Yes, it was on episode 455.
I don't remember that. That sounds like them.
Yeah. Number 10, a caller report that his friend has tricked him into applying for a driver's license with documents and with his documents and
true.
his
That's
name.
true. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
That was a crazy call. And that was the call. I made a TikTok about that, and I mentioned what country he was from, and everybody from that country was mad at me. They badmouthed me. I had to take down the TikTok because they were so mad. Then they said I made it up. All right.
Yeah, things that we cannot made up here on the show. Number 11, a caller was informed by the USCIS officers during her naturalization interview that her husband has been cheating on her.
That's got to be a fact.
Yes.
All right.
Episode 510.
Yeah.
Then number 12.
That's probably happened more than once.
Yeah. A caller asks if being diagnosed and treated for rabies in the past month will be a problem for a medical exam.
Fiction.
Yes. Number 13, a student in Canada meet a married Texas woman with kids on Snapchat. They plan to get married. She wants a divorce. Her husband is dating a younger woman, and he seeks advice on how she should approach asking for the divorce.
So I'm going to say fiction on that one.
No, it was true.
Oh.
570.
Oh,
I remember that one.
All right, so I got 2 left, right?
Yes. Number 14 is a caller asked if they could file a lawsuit because they waited 4 months to get a response for the RFE.
Oh, I bet for sure that's true.
Nope.
Nope.
That's
Damn
a
it.
false one.
I bet it's
And,
happened. I bet no one remembers that, but I bet it happened. All right.
And the last one is a caller asked if we could file a delay lawsuit on a DACA case. You can do it.
I'll say fact.
Nope.
Damn. All right, so I was 10 for 5. What was the winning score, Huli?
The winning score was 13.
Wow, 13. That's great. Now,
It was a very tight. The majority of the people, I can say, Rocio was one, Tariq was another one, and we had Alejandra as well with 12 correct answers. So it was pretty tight. I
all right, so
loved it. I
who's our
enjoyed
winner?
it. Our winner is the Misa Sherry. Already marketing team will be contacting her by email so we can provide her with the gift.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks, Huli, and thanks to Hina and to Nurse Lara for putting that all together. That was a lot of fun. I only got 10 right. So Rocio and the rest all did better than me, but Alejandra got 12. That's fun. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, Huli, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. What time tomorrow? Noon tomorrow.
Noon.
All right. Awesome. It'll be a lunchtime meeting. See you guys.
See ya. Bye.
I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.